My name is EunSeong Lee. This is my informative speech of cyber warfare at HCOM 100 class. Should people increase the security of their computer by spending more money to protect their information from others? To be honest, people who own computer or laptop need cyber warfare to prevent hackers and viruses for safety. For my speech, cyber warfare could strengthen the nation's defense, protect against hackers, and finding the criminals in hiding. Now to find the evidence of why cyber warfare is important for a country's defense. Protecting the nation's defense with cyber warfare is very important because when technologies progresses, the enemy will use those technologies to harm the nation. James Lewis is a writer for Center for Strategic and International Studies who wrote Assessing the Risk of Cyber Terrorism, Cyber War, and Other Cyber Threats in 2002. He said a hostile nation or group could exploit these vulnerabilities to penetrate a poorly secure computer network and disrupt or even shut down of critical functions, and that these vulnerabilities put national security at a significant risk. So around the world, there are enemies that could attack like terrorists. If the nation's defense is weak, then protecting their identity will be very difficult. Now, if countries' cyber warfare is weak, then getting hacked would be high. Hackers not only steal identity, they also destroy lives of how much people worked on. Mike McConnell, a journalist from Washington Post who wrote Mike McConnell on how to win the cyber war we're losing in 2010. He said Google's network were hacked in an attack that began in December, and that the company said emanated from China. This shows how other countries use technologies to attack other. After finding out the hackers destroy people's life, there are countermeasures toward hackers by tracking them down. If the government is being hacked, there is possibility that the hacker could be found and arrested. If the nation was threatened by hackers, then that nation would take action to end the threat. Any countries that are attacked by hackers would suffer big consequences, like BBC News, who wrote Arrest Made in Hollywood Hacking Probe. They said that Christopher Chansey faces up to 121 years in prison if convicted on all 26 charges, including accessing and damaging computers, wiretapping, and identity theft. This is an example of how the hackers could face their punishment depending on their crimes, of how devastating it is towards the victim. For Christopher Chansey, he committed crimes where he hacked or stored emails, private photos, financial, and film script mostly from celebrities. In my conclusion, if government is being hacked or threatened, they will be eradicated. Eradicated because of the threats they are. For my speech, cyber warfare could strengthen the nation's defense, protect identity against hackers, and find criminals in hiding. Like I mentioned earlier, spending little bit of money for cyber warfare will greatly help against hackers that will ruin people's life.